Wow.
Okay, so hi Fabrizio.
Ciao.
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 Ciao Wine Club members. So why don't you, if you can tell the members something about your winery, like how long have you guys been making wine? I know you have one of the longest histories in the area.
Yeah, my family makes wine since a lot of time. My great grandfather was already a farmer and make wine for the family.
Nice.
My great grandfather had a kind of restaurant and make wine to serve at the table. And my grandfather was the first to make wine as job since the 1950s.
Wow, that's a very long history. Did you feel did you feel the pressure to continue?
Yeah, because Piemonte and the Langhe region are the region of tradition, and so it's always a challenge to be between to respect the tradition, but also to let the tradition evolve, because we are in the 2020, we are not in the 1920. So.
And it was your grandfather who made this wine for the first time, correct?
Yeah, my grandfather was a champagne addict already in the 60s.
Wow.
And he made a lot of visits in Champagne with my father and my uncle. And in the 60s, decided to make a sparkling wine here in the region of great red wines.
And so was that, was that considered really unusual at that time?
Yeah, because there were the first families like Cinzano, like Gancia, that made sparkling already in late 1800. But in the region here in Langhe, there were no tradition for sparkling.
Right, and especially not with Nebbiolo.
Not at all.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, we have the number one to 1964.
Wow.
And that's 1967 from our Valsellera.
Wow. Actually, I have an old bottle too that I have here.
Wow, what a surprise.
It's 1967 Barolo Francone, Riserva.
Wow. Wonderful vintage, 67.
I feel like sparkling wine in general has made a comeback. If you consider Moscato and all of that history like you were talking about. But a lot of people are now experimenting with Nebbiolo and especially choosing to make it as a rosé. So maybe you can tell us if you found that there's more of an interest now in these wines and why Nebbiolo is good for making a sparkling.
So rosé is a vogue, moda, but it's also a big challenge because rosé is an entire world with a lot of different kind of rosé. And try to make sparkling rosé with classic method is really a big challenge.
Yeah.
And do it with Nebbiolo, even bigger as challenge.
So why do you do it?
Yeah, because in the Langhe region, we love to have something difficult. When something is easy, we have no fun. We have to press very delicate,
right,
to make a very high quality sparkling. And make a skin contact to extract a little bit of color. That's a challenge because during the aging we have to be very careful and work well for the bubbles, because with the skin contact we lose a little bit of the finesse of the bubbles. Can be bigger bubbles.
So you have to find that perfect balance.
Yeah. And also Nebbiolo is rich in tannins, and even with a small contact we can have a thin, a little bit of bitterness on the palate.
Ah, okay.
So we have to manage the right aging also for a rosé. But I suggest also with raw fish, like some red gamberi.
Ah, nice shrimp.
Yeah. Shrimps. Grazie. Sorry for my English.
No, it's perfect. It's very good.
Or if you have a very good, great prosciutto di Parma, some culatello, the other wonderful
beautiful
sausage. Yeah.
Okay.
And so that can be a very good blend.
Good. So
Pairing,
not pairing. Good. All the members out there, Fabrizio and I, we might try to do a virtual tasting eventually. So if you need more of this wine, just let us know and we can ship you more and we can taste it together.
Yeah, great.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank you, baby.